Well, half of my family live in USA, and they had some situations when they were not allowed to go to, I don't know, a grocery store because they're Russians.
Всем привет! Меня зовут Точи, а сегодня мы находимся в культурной столице России. Это город Санкт-Петербург. Прекрасно чудесный город Санкт-Петербург. So in today's video, I want to show you guys what young Russians think about the situation, the sanctions against Russia. How has the sanctions impacted their lives, and if they think the sanctions were justified.
As for me, I don't think that these sanctions are justified because it affects us, ordinary people who do not have any business regarding to this war, and we can't prevent it actually. So I think the sanctions has to be directed to the government, not to ordinary people.
Well, personally, the most unfair thing that is unpleasant to me is the shortage of career and educational opportunities. Personally, I would really like to study abroad, but due to some military actions and the sanctions, my opportunities are quite short, and I'm unable to study at the place where I would like to study.
I think that West can't do anything else. It can do only such sanctions as we have now, and this is a disaster. But what we can do? We can do nothing. We can just live and enjoy our Russian culture because we love our country. I'm a patriot of my country.
So, frankly speaking, in my opinion, I understand that I understand the sense of these sanctions because these limitations make the life of our citizens worse, and the aim of the countries who do these sanctions is to tell us, so guys, look up what's happening. So I understand why these sanctions were done, but I don't agree that these sanctions is an effective way to do what they want to complete. So I don't think that limitations like shops and services and payments are effective. I don't think so.
I miss so much that they ban computer games and we can play them or just buy something in the internet.
Which video game do you miss the most?
I think Call of Duty, maybe Warzone 2.
Мне кажется, это немного несправедливым, потому что не все разделяют одну позицию, и в целом коллективная ответственность... Я против института коллективной ответственности как такового, поэтому не считаю это справедливым.
I don't really think that Russia deserves it, but if some government did this, they had some reasons to do this.
So I think that sanctions is not correct because they affect only us, a lot of students, a lot of workers, and I think we don't need this punishment. It is not our fault.
Maybe it's not that right that people that can't influence the government and its decisions should suffer from sanctions, but I guess West did it to motivate us to do something with government and to somehow invent a way to impact our government. And unfortunately we can't go on strikes and so on because there is the possibility to go to prison actually.
I believe that it was not kind of fair for give such sanctions for ordinary Russian people because the decisions of the government would not be changed due to the sanctions for the Zara cancellation there. And people are suffering for this, and they do not understand why we don't have an opportunity to do the ordinary things that we have done for many years before that.
Well, personally, I believe that the population is never involved in these military actions, and it shouldn't get the getting punished, getting the negative causes and consequences of such actions of the government, and the justice would be if our people, Russian population, would be free of these sanctions and could do anything they want.
I think it's a great pity that we didn't have a right to speak and right to say something on this issue, because now it's really difficult for all of us to live our everyday life.
But I guess also West should influence the people that are in government, like directly our president, maybe some politicians that can say something to our government.
Возможно, это типа работает как коллективная ответственность за что-то, но и также, возможно, такие санкции будут провоцировать интеллигенцию уезжать из России, потому что для них будет становиться сложнее здесь пребывать в комфорте и, собственно, использовать свой умственный потенциал максимально. Вот. Но, с другой стороны, странно накладывать санкции на людей, которые не имеют никакого отношения к некоторым так называемым происходящим действиям.
It is a very difficult question. I guess that it is not correct that all people are in this situation, but I guess that now we can't do anything.
Okay, I want to ask you now, how has sanctions impacted your life?
Frankly speaking, sanctions doesn't really impact my life, because previously I didn't visit so much Zara, McDonald's and so on, but what's about traveling that impacts my life very much, because lately I traveled a lot. I really like Europe, but now this it cannot be. That's why only for traveling it impacts for me.
And I can say that this is terrible affection on my life, to my life. There are lots of problems. For example, I can't go abroad wherever I want. I wanted to go to America and some countries that I can't visit now. And also I wanted to buy clothes in such shops as Zara, H&M and so on, but now I can't do it, and I think that it's terrible.
Что ж, санкции относительно велико повлияли на мою жизнь, потому что я хотела поехать учиться в Чехию. На данный момент, если я не ошибаюсь, Чехия достаточно плохо относится к России, поэтому пока что я не могу этого сделать. Также я бы хотела просто путешествовать по Европе, но сейчас не предоставляется, к сожалению, мне такой возможности.
My attitude towards sanctions is negative because I think it prevents us from a lot of opportunities, such as traveling abroad, studying abroad, and buying some things like clothes, I don't know, gadgets here, because now a lot of shops are closed.
It haven't affected my life as much as Bogdan's life, but I love to travel abroad, and now I can, but we need to waste a lot of money for this, to travel from one country to another and then to the place I want to.
Personally, I have never experienced any Russophobia. In contrast, when I was in Europe this summer, I met with Ukrainian people just by accident in the street, and they act very friendly with me, and this was very surprising. But I know about some Russophobia that is present now, and actually I think this is very bad because all people are different and we have different opinions about this situation, and we can't treat Russians like we are enemies.